doing something a little different today. Usually when it comes to my cooking videos, I tend to just keep it to shorts. But today I want to give you a little bit of everything. Show you exactly how to make a high protein fajita recipe, which therefore you can do with only 3 to 4 ingredients. But most importantly, give you the 3 components when it comes to eating healthy that have helped me go from overweight to healthy. Most importantly, just enjoy food overall. Because I always tell people, have fun with this journey. Have fun while you eat. Have fun while losing weight. Have fun while bulking. And they never understand what I mean by that. And today I want to basically lay that out for you. Exactly what to do, how to do it, how to prep it. But most importantly, what's the mindset behind it? So therefore you can put yourself in a better position to lose this weight, bulk up, whatever goal you want to accomplish. This video is exactly for you. So let's get into it. So for this recipe, we have garlic, we have flour tortillas, we have our steak already cut up and ready to go, just needs a little bit of seasoning, and we have half an onion, half a pepper, and half an orange pepper, as well as 2 avocados. This we're going to use for a little mix. You can do this if you want to, but you don't have to. The first thing I want to do is make my mix. And while doing so, I want to talk about component number 1, flexibility. When it comes to your fitness journey, the reason why I am high on having flexibility is because flexibility eventually will lead to adaptability. Meaning, when it comes to your journey, if you're able to find ways to stay healthy while being flexible on the go, you're going to be able to carry that on when you go on vacation, when you go out to a different country, when you go out to a different state. A lot of people always ask me, bro, how do you stay healthy year round and travel at the same time? It's because I'm flexible when it comes to my diet. I know the basics when it comes to protein, carbs, and fats, so therefore I apply those basics in my everyday life. And that's the biggest thing I want you to understand when it comes to flexibility, is you have to know your macros. Knowing your macros, have a deeper understanding behind what a protein and what a carb is, will put you ahead of 99.9% of people who just don't want to do it, who just don't want to learn the macros. So learn what a protein is. Know that a protein is steak, chicken, eggs. Know that a carb is this flour tortilla. Know that a fat is this avocado, and know that these are your veggies. So at the end of the day, you need to know and understand these things, so therefore you could put yourself in a better position to actually be adaptable on the go and flexible on the go. But most importantly, what does it look like, right? Because I can say all these things, but what does it actually look like, Carl? So I'll tell you a little bit more. When it comes to breakfast, I like to make it as high protein as possible. Meaning my breakfast is usually 2 protein waffles, which are about 50 grams of protein within both waffles, 25 each, and sometimes 3 to 4 eggs, or I'll have a protein shake on the side. And then from there on, when it comes to the amount of carbs that I have, I usually just have 2 pieces of whole wheat bread if I'm not having the protein waffles. But if I am having the protein waffles, that usually ends up being my carbs, and it's always around maybe 80 to about 100 grams because I'm bulking as of right now, right? So therefore, my carb intake is a little bit higher in my breakfast, but I also make sure that my protein is as well as 50 to at least 70 grams initially in the morning, so therefore I can get the bulk without protein out the way. For lunch, usually rice, chicken, broccoli, but let's say if I want to go. If I'm gonna go and I know I'm gonna not have time to go home and prep lunch, then what I'll do is I'll get Subway, or I'll go to Chipotle. I'll go to my favorite Mexican grilled restaurants and find ways to still have the same whole foods of rice, chicken, avocado, and just to get a different variation. Maybe I get quesadillas, but I make sure that it's within my macros. I make sure that it's within the goals. Meaning if I'm cutting, I would probably stay away from the quesadillas and go to Chipotle, because therefore I can control the carbs a little bit more and just be like, hey, just give me half a scoop of rice, boom, keeps me on track. Give me double protein, boom, my protein intake is even higher, and keep the veggies, so therefore I can finish that bowl, it's done, it's set, and I'm already on my way towards my cutting. But since I'm not cutting, I'm able to really enjoy myself. So I like to have a burrito, quesadilla, anything that I know I can get my hands on that is near me, I try to have. And when I go out or out of state, it's the same thing. Subway, Chipotle, these restaurants are all over the place. So use them and use them to your best of your abilities to put you in a better position to be healthier. And then dinner is usually something like this, where I'm cooking, I'm at home, it's my downtime, I finish a day of work, I've hit the gym, and now I have the time to cook for me, my girl, whoever is around the house, right? So something that I make, something that's whole food. Most importantly, I know I'm gonna enjoy it, because who doesn't love a fajita? Especially when I put some cheese in that bad boy. Woo. So yeah, that's what I mean about flexible eating. You need to find ways to just enjoy food. If you can't enjoy food, I'm sorry, but this journey is gonna be very, very hard for you. And the reason why I say that, it's about 70% of the time, that's probably the biggest thing that most people struggle with. It's their relationship with food. It's their ability to find a way of eating that actually suits them, fits them. But most importantly, most people never take the time to learn the basics to find a way to make it suit them. Most people just lean towards diets, towards this, towards that, to find a secret hack to change everything for them. But what you have to understand is the hack is through you and how you operate on a daily basis and what your schedule looks like and how you're able to fit these little habits, how you're able to install these little things into your routine to really put yourself in the best position to lose the weight, build the muscle, and get the body of your dreams naturally. But right now, let's go into component number 2, but I'm about to speed this up. A little bit of garlic. Now that's done, time for the steak. Some cayenne pepper, aggressively, a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic powder, a spoon of garlic. We're gonna put this cover on and shake it up. And as we shake it up, I wanna talk about component number 2. And this one, if you can understand this, it will absolutely change the game for you. And it's basically knowing your energy levels, meaning knowing how much energy you burn throughout the day, knowing how much energy you're consuming throughout the day. Because the reason why I say that is, I know you guys are tired of hearing food is fuel, but it's true. You know, without food, you will feel like shit. If you go in intermittent fasting, a lot of people say, oh, it's the best thing ever. A lot of people feel like shit doing it. They just don't tell you the bad side of it. Meaning they fast for 10 hours a day, they feel like garbage, and they eat one meal, and then they binge eat for the rest of the night. Or they do it for a few days, few weeks, few months, and they're successful. But can they sustain it for 10, 20, 50 years? That's very hard to do. And I've never really seen anybody be able to do that. Because we know humans, we're never 100% on everything. There's always times where, yes, we're going great for a week, great for 2 weeks, there's always that little bump in the road. But if you understand thermodynamics, if you understand your TDE, which is your total energy expenditure, if you understand your BMR, if you understand how much you're actually intaking in, it will change the game for you. And those bumps in the road, you'll be like, oh, that's nothing. Because that's how I feel about it. When I have a day when I don't eat what I plan on eating, I'm like, we're good. Keep moving forward. I still got abs. I still got the body I wanted. Now let's keep moving forward. Let's get more. Literally. And it's all because I understand this. So let's get into it. First thing first, I want you to go on calculator.net. Either calculator.net or you can get Micrometer, which is an app that can help you track your calories, or you can get MyFitnessPal. And what I basically want you to do within those apps is to put in your total energy expenditure. Because yes, you can do the formula, but I don't think you want to sit there and do math. So go on these apps, go on these calculators, and basically get your BMR, which is basically the amount of energy that you burn throughout the day by doing kind of nothing, just walking around, breathing, doing what you do. Now that you've done that, you know your BMR, this is exactly what I want you to do. Ooh, yeah, beautiful. A nice crispy. Sorry about that. But once you've done that, what you want to do, guys, you burn about, I'll say anywhere from 150 to 300, maybe sometimes 450 calories per workout, right? And that's strength training. And ladies, around about the same. A little bit less, I'll probably go by 100. So let's say your goal is to lose weight, right? If your goal is to lose weight, what I want you to do is just start with a 300 calorie deficit. And you may be like, Carl, why a 300 calorie deficit? Because one, a 300 calorie deficit is manageable. Especially if you haven't done that in a while or you haven't done that at all. It's something that is possible. To where you're eating 300 calories less than you're actually burning, right? And what I mean by that, it's your BMR, let's say it's 1400, and then you know you burn 200 calories for a workout. That's 1600 calories burned. So for that day, eat 1300 calories. If you're, let's say it's a little higher and your overall TDE is 2000 for that day, eat 1700 calories. And so on and so forth. And I'll give you an example. For me, my BMR is literally 3100. So when I'm cutting, 2700 calories is enough for me to cut. And when I'm really into peak week, I'm around 1800 to 1500 calories. But that's because the deeper we get into prep, the more and more we want to cut, right? While also my protein's insanely high, while my carbs are insanely low. And if your goal is weight gain, do the same, but reverse it. Eat more than you're actually burning. Yeah, and these bad boys ready. Now we add the onions. The paprika and a little bit of onion powder. Number 3, last but not least, look to change habits, not chase diets, not chase fads. Meaning, the reason why you haven't been able to get to the goals that you want to get is because you're chasing a certain thing, but you're not changing you internally. For me, the biggest change when it came to my physique was what I was doing when I was at home, when I was sitting down, when I was out, and the choices I was making. And you can't change what you see on the outside without changing what you see on the inside. A lot of people are just chasing fat loss, weight loss, weight loss. But when they're at home, they're not eating, they're not prepping, they're not taking care of the things they need to, and they're just saying, fuck it. That's not gonna work. And then once they relapse once, they relapse forever. That's not gonna work. So if you truly wanna get better, you wanna lose the weight, you wanna build muscle, I need you. And I mean, I need you to stay focused. I need you to keep going. But most importantly, I need you to identify one habit today that you know is keeping you back. And if we're being honest, we kind of all know that habit. It just came on top of your head right now. You're like, fuck, that motherfucker's right. For some of you, it's sleep. For some of you, it's junk food. For some of you, late night eating. For some of you, it's that one candy that you're addicted to. And here's the thing, I'm not saying you can't have it. What I'm saying is maybe push away from it for a little bit. See what benefits you can get from it. You know, I always tell people, yeah, I know, you're always struggling with binge eating, but what would happen if you didn't? They were like, oh, I would lose weight, I'll feel like this. Why have you done that yet? And they were like, shit, you're right. I know what I would be like. I know what it would feel like. So why not give it a chance and seek it? But you have to not seek a thing to change you. You have to change you to seek that thing. So whatever you want to accomplish, whatever you want to do, especially when it comes to nutrition, it's you have to identify the habits that are holding you back the most. Are you skipping on your eating? Are you skipping breakfast? Are you not tracking your food if you want to track? And there's different ways to do it as well too. But you have to be key on what you're doing, how to get there. Most importantly, you have to be key on changing that habit. But yeah, let's finish this up. But remember, have fun with this journey and be okay to fail. You know, every failure is a learning experience. It's not there to hold you back. It's there to actually help you. Help you identify what else do we need to change so we can get a little bit better. Because that's truly what this journey is all about. It's failing and learning. Failing and learning. And I feel like a lot of people are just failing and not learning. And if they were just learning from what they actually did and what they did wrong, it'll change the game for them. So, be okay to fail and learn at the same time. Put a lot of beef. Now we close it up. And voila. And just like that, we're done. Guac, cheese. We have some extra steak left on the side. And then from there on, yeah, wrapped it together. And now we're eating, man. You know, that's the beauty of this. It's just making this journey fun, make it enjoyable. You can't overthink it, and you can't beat yourself down for it. Like I was saying before, accept the downs and just learn from them, and then ride the highs. You know, when you're doing great, when you're losing 10, when you're losing 15, you're losing 20, and just keep it going. But when you stop, don't be like, oh, I stopped, I quit. No, that's when you gotta dig deeper. What else is holding you back? And it's always within you, promise you. With that being said, if you guys ever want some help, I got some free guides down below, some free nutrition plans, free workout plans that you could utilize to start putting you on track when it comes to your journey. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.